Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with BIM 360, I'm just going to run through this quick. BIM 360 is a cloud-based solution from Autodesk. So BIM 360 solutions main goals are to enable anytime access from anywhere to the information on a project, regardless of what that information is. So if you're using glue, it's to models. If you're looking at docs, it's going to be to the actual content. But regardless of where you are, you can access that project information. And anybody else can then deliver their data to the rest of the team. All that can be connected to everybody around it, and everything is tracked. So you can analyze all of that data and track what's going on. You can ensure that people actually are doing what they said they're doing. Now, of the BIM 360 suite of services, the one that we're focusing on today is going to be Plan. Now, Plan picks up in pre-construction and works through construction execution and into commissioning because we're using it as a planning tool. And why we're actually looking at using this is because it can do a handful of different things. Now, big one here is the minimizing waste. So let's say, for example, you're a superintendent. So you're managing the aspects of the project, you're taking care of risks, and you're trying to get the most out of everybody while trying to keep administration, down. So let's say that you're taking all your projects and you're using the planning method where you have a whole bunch of Post-it notes on the wall. Well, that's great. It's really easy. It's interactive. It gets everybody up and moving around. But now, how does that information get communicated or stored or archived? So somebody has to sit there and actually take that information that's on the wall, write it down. So now you're introducing the opportunity for mistakes because you're essentially doing data entry off of a sticky note on the wall. And God forbid a breeze runs through the room and knocks them off. So now you have that. Now, every time that there's a change, somebody has to note that that was changed, then update the Excel file or Microsoft Planner or Primavera, and then push that out to everybody. So you're adding a lot of time to this. The benefit of BIM 360 Plan is that all that process, you can see here on the image here, they're working on that on the computer. Everybody has access to it immediately. There's no chance for someone to have a problem because they were trying to trace down the location of someone's task from the wall into the database. It's right there. You're eliminating the waste of paper. Even if you're printing it out on PDF to everybody a couple times a day, that's a lot of paper after a while. This is making it all digital, and it's not out of date the second it's printed. Okay. Now, another one there for minimizing waste could actually be ensuring that everything is actually correct. So that kind of ties into the streamline portion of it. Let's say you're the PM on the project. So you're trying to maximize the project, you're minimizing your risks, you're trying to make sure that everything is actually working correct. And part of that is actually making sure that you're looking at the whole thing in one piece. I've been into a couple of construction projects where they had so many Post-its on the wall, they had to have them on sliders to move them back and forth. That's not the most efficient to actually look at everything all at once and see how they all relate. With BIM 360 Plan, I can actually sort, filter, and organize everything right then and there to see the things that are interesting or are related to my workflow. I don't have to move boards around, actually pick one up and carry it out of the room, and hopefully they'll bring it back after a meeting. Everything's right then and there. So I can actually streamline the process to focus on the parts of the project that are in my area of the project or that are in the location. Because even if somebody is printing out PDFs very often for the project, the problem is, okay, well now I have to go through this and I have to find all of the portions of it that relate to me. And some companies have a guy that just sits there and highlights all the areas so that way their guys know what relates to them. This removes that need. And then from a performance standpoint, what we're looking at is trying to ensure that everything can actually be fixed, because when we're looking at this, everything again is data. It's in the cloud. It's reportable. So we're trying to ensure that if there are problems or opportunities to ensure better work, we can track that. We can see it coming and react to it beforehand. We don't have to wait until the end of a project to go back and try to review everything and figure out, okay, where did this cost overrun come from? Why did this take so much time? You can see it happening. And what I'm going to do now is actually hop into the software and show you